resident. I've lived in Salem. My family moved here from Medford in 1949, and I attended Auburn School, lived out east of town, and went from there to Parrish, and I graduated from North Salem High School in 1963. So now the diameter is 5 1/4. So using my formula, I go 3 times the diameter, and I add usually 2 to 2.5 inches, again for the overlap. In the 5th grade at Auburn, I won a contest. It was a Statesman Journal drawing, color pencil drawing contest, a winner at each grade level, and I won the 5th grade level. And from that point on in my life, I have always been considered the artist in the group, and I guess I've taken on that role also. I went to the University of Oregon after right out of high school, and was there into my junior year when grades told me that I needed to do something else for a while, so I enlisted in the Army. When I complete a seam like this, sometimes I've got a thin edge right in here. It's thinner right in there, so I take my fingers and I push some of the clay down into that thin area. It's a little thicker in places here too, so I'm just evening out the clay with my fingers. I put my foot pedal up here because I feel I have more control of it with my hand than I do with my foot. I guess that's different than most potters. Was in the Army for 4 years, a year of that in Vietnam. And when I got out of the Army, I went back to a little closer to home here, to Oregon College of Education, OCE, which is now Western Oregon University. And I enrolled in the art education program to become an art teacher. And about my 2nd day at the school in class, I was looking for the pot machine between classes, and turned around after I opened my soda pop up, and there was a guy in the basement down there working on the potter's wheel. And at that time, it was the first time I'd ever really seen anyone work on the wheel. I'm assuming that. And by the time I'd finished my soda pop, I had decided that I needed to take that class. And the next semester or next term, I enrolled in my first pottery class, and ever since that, it has been my medium. It has been what I enjoy doing. After I got my bachelor's degree there at Western, for the next quite a few summers, I took classes to get my master's degree. And Dr. Dan Cannon was my advisor. And when I got to the end of the program, one of the requirements was that I have a pottery show, or a show of my work, whatever that happened to be. And so during the school year, I made lots of lamp shapes, and got them all ready for the summer. And during the summer, when I was back in school at OCE, I had a show of my work at a local bank in Monmouth, and Dr. Cannon didn't like my show. In fact, he refused it, meaning that I would not get my degree from that show. And I thank Dr. Cannon for doing that. I think I even thought it was probably not real good work or the best I could do. And he more or less made me come back the next summer. And that's when I discovered this process. He challenged me more or less to do better work and find a technique or method that would make it challenge me, and so I started making large pottery using this technique. And I found an idea like this in the Ceramics Monthly, the pottery magazine. A guy was working with coils rather than slabs, doing basically the same thing I'm doing. But I tried that and I didn't like it. Clay was too thick and heavy, and so I went to this. And over the next few months, I got to the point where I could do it quite well. The question has been asked to me to respond here. What does this place mean to me? Why am I here? What brings me here? And I thought about this when the question was asked to me, and this place is a lot like my church in a strong sense. There certainly isn't any religion here, but like a church, this place gives me the opportunity to make friends and make contacts and engage in a common cause here. Common cause being pottery, the use of clay and making art from the clay. And I really think that's one of the nice things about being here, is that there are many people here who have the common interest that I have in clay, and I can also learn from them. I've taught pottery most of my life, but the people that I've met here have taught me things too. I've watched how they work and seen what they've made and gotten ideas from that. So that really is what keeps me here, of course, along with a need to make the pots I like to make.